That must speed that, right?
I'm like, what's the windows?
Great.
Big Tracy Pool is like, I'm not opening any of them over there, it's Shannon.
Never, and direct Krasny's board, you never know what might.
No, it could be anything. Leave them alone.
Okay, it being 11 o'clock, I will call to order the Monday, May 19th meeting of the Park Commission.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Mr. Van Dorn.
I will appoint Commissioner Martis to fill in for our two absent members today. He's big enough to represent both of them, but he only gets one vote.
Thank you. Have to hear it. Right. Commissioner Bowers will be filling in for Commissioners Daly and Tillotson. The next on the agenda is approval of the minutes. I assume members have had a copy of the previous minutes. If so, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, same sign. The motion carries. Finance reports.
Good morning. You have your finance reports in your packet. Starting with your operational fund, you will see that you have revenue coming in again as of May 15th at 15,871. And again, expenses in the amount of 5,173. You will start to see as this weekend approaches and we have Memorial Day and the parks open, you will start to see a change in those expenses. Moving on to your capital fund, you will see that you have an open project that was approved last month, the Gerber Pavilion roofing, and no expenses have hit as of the date this report was run. So currently you have the balance available for future projects is $131,704. If there's any questions, I will attempt to answer them.
Questions of the finance report? Okay, we'll move on down to Parks updates. Parks monthly report.
Good morning. The parks, as Shannon has stated, are not open yet, but we've been doing some work getting them ready for opening weekend. We've been repairing the split rail fence on the south side of Bicentennial Park. That's pretty much wrapped up. Mowing has begun in earnest. Hard to keep up at this point in the year with all the rain we've had. At Gerber Park, there has been some movement with the grant-funded musical project. The concrete has actually been poured for that. That will cure for a week or so, and then the equipment will be installed once it has finished that curing process. We're still in the planning stages of the Storywalk project. That will kind of get rolling after the musical project has been completed because it's going to be in the same area there and all kind of work together. As we'll talk about in a minute here, we have received quotes for the pavilion electrical projects. Iron Lake, the dock will be going in. It's actually going in today, so hopefully they dressed warmly. Pretty much just general mowing, getting ready for opening weekend at the other parks. We haven't had any major issues or any other projects going on.
Questions?
Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
On at Gerber Park. Okay. At Gerber Park, that big field under the wires.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna mow that all season, are you?
Yes, we mow that all season. Yep, that back area there.
Well, that was planted to native grasses. We got a state grant for that. That's only supposed to be mowed once and then let it grow for the season.
To my knowledge, that back part there, that part is just regular grass. That wasn't part of the prairie and native grasses plantings.
No?
Nope. There are several areas there, several acres that do have the plantings, but that area is not is not part of that.
So where the plantings are, you're not gonna mow that again?
No, nope, we just did that. Yep, we just did that last year, so,
Okay.
or maybe it was the year before. It's been in the past year or so that we did do that. So nope, that won't be done for another 5 years or so.
Okay.
Mr. Van Dorn.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Rob, you might want to introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about your new position, since there may be people that are watching here on our virtual meeting.
Okay, my name is Rob Vanuenzi. I was previously, well, I guess I technically still am the deputy maintenance superintendent. I was lucky enough to be chosen to be the maintenance superintendent, taking Tim Meehan's place. His last day, I believe, is next Thursday. So moving forward past that point, I will be assuming his position.
I think it was more in luck. I think it was a lot of qualification.
I believe that was the case, yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Further questions on the monthly reports? Hearing none, we'll move down to a request from the Gerber Park Pavilion Electrical.
So it was one of the projects you approved for your capital plan for 2025. The project of the Gerber Park Pavilion Electrical was on that approval. So the request before you, and you'll see that you have two bids in there. You have a bid from AEG and a bid from Brent Electric. AEG came in at a lower cost and does great work with the county. So the request before you is to approve and accept the Adrian Electric Generator Company bid for the amount of $20,625, which includes a $1,875 contingency.
So moved.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion on the issue? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
This is for what project?
I'm sorry.
Where are they gonna do the work?
Gerber Park, they're gonna run electrical to the
Okay.
pavilions there.
North and South Pavilions, Gerber Park.
Okay.
Very good. Are there any updates or other business to be brought to this committee? Any updates or other business to be brought to this committee?
Oh. I was gonna, I see that you build a little path from the pond to the pavilion on the Gerber Park,
Onto the pavilion.
through the woods.
Oh, yes, there's a trail there. Yes.
For most of the year, that trail is kind of underwater or wet. It'd be nice to make a little boardwalk through there.
It's definitely a project that we can consider. Yeah, it does stay wet for a part of the early season for sure.
It would be inviting because it's an interesting little walk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll move that we authorize a boardwalk at Gerber Park.
We have a motion to install a boardwalk at Gerber Park. Administrator Elliott.
Could this be something that we would consider for a future capital plan, for example, something that Building and Grounds could look at, maybe considering for the 2026 capital
Not doing that.
project?
We got plenty of money. It's just laying there.
Well, we have financials for projects. We also have 5 more years of projects that Building and Grounds has looked at for the capital fund. So some of those funds that you're looking at in your capital fund will be moving forward for next year, 2026, 2027, things like that, for projects that are required within the parks.
What?
Could we have Mr. Vanderwitz at least look at it, give us an idea of what it means?
You're always reporting, we got $100 and some $1,000 laying around, and nobody ever does anything.
Rob, do you want to talk about some of the projects that you have laid
Sure.
out for the capital plan?
As we have previously talked about, we have the the work going on at Gerber Park for the electrical. We have new roofing going on at Gerber Park this year for the pavilions, metal roofing. We also have some gravel for the parking lots being done this year at Gerber Park. And as we previously talked about, we have the musical playground being installed there this year. We have the story walk being installed there this year as well. So I think we're pretty much taxed this year as to what we can accomplish. And a lot of those efforts are being put into Gerber Park. I appreciate your interest in the boardwalk, and it's definitely something that we will put on our agenda going forward. I just feel like we've got a lot of time and a lot of money invested in that park already this year. But moving forward, it's definitely something that we can take a look at for you.
Mr. Van Doren.
Yeah, and maybe we can just get some rough estimates of what the cost is going to be on that. So,
For sure.
I mean, if it's not real expensive, we might take a look at it, but otherwise, yeah, we might want to move it into future.
Yep.
Mr. Martis.
And I just comment, since Gerber Hill is in my district, we welcome all the improvements that have taken place at the park, and we're looking forward to future ones. But I agree, we'd certainly need more information before we add something else to our already busy docket for the facility.
Yes, sir.
Any other updates, or it should be any updates or other business? Any updates or other business? Hearing none, is there any public comment? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We